We're still here at the Fresno Collectors Convention, having a great time with the owner and proprietor who was coughing a moment ago. I thought he would die on camera. Bruce, how are you, Bruce?
Well, pretty good. You know, what happened was, the truth of the matter, I got excited because Robert walked up and said, "Hey, Bruce, there's some money down there on the floor, man." And I was on it, but so damn close to the floor that the dust came up, and I couldn't talk for a while. But I'm okay now.
It's exciting when you have that kind of money flowing here in Fresno. And is this convention everything you wanted and more?
This thing is far more than we wanted because, thanks to people like Robert Ryan, who had the audacity to come to Fresno, which is not on the big hit list, and people like Kendall Carson, which came and was our guest, people from Villain Comic Books, and Angus Oblong and others that were willing to come to Fresno to give us a shot. I think they've had a great time, and they know that we appreciate that they came, and the fact that we had people to help get them inside. We had refreshments for our dealers and for our guests. I think that's a great thing.
And I appreciate you kiss our butt, because that's really what it's all about.
That's very true, because actually I'm lying, but what the hell, you know?
There's a child being taken out right now. Now, what's exciting is that
was one of our dealers. That was one of our dealers.
One of the dealers was on fire. You know, the conventions, when they're starting out, it's a building process. And by getting us to come up, like Girls and Corpses and Kendall and Oblong and some of this, you're going to have actual celebrities next time rather than just us. But it's building, and people are having a good time. And I actually went into the town of Clovis last night. Very exciting part of Fresno.
Clovis is a way of life, and many people have died out there in Clovis, and so for them it's a way of death. But Clovis is probably best known for its antique shops and for the Clovis Rodeo, which is virtually 100 years old now, one of the oldest rodeos in the United States of America.
These are very old rodeo clowns, like in their hundreds.
Very old. The rodeo clowns there are so old.
And the horses they were so old
that they used to wear only sandals. There were no shoes in those days, and then Pontius Pilate and those people used to come and
Romans.
Go, all right, man.
Yeah. It was a Roman horse show.
There we go.
Now, what do you do? Now, this is your booth as an example of what I'm looking at Star Wars toys. What do things like this sell for at a convention?
Unfortunately, here apparently nothing. I was hoping they sold for about $3 each, but apparently zero.
Okay, but normally these are very collectible, these items, aren't they? In some parts of the world.
Some parts of the world.
Okay.
The Fresno is very conservative. Fresno is more like the Midwest. Think of Iowa. We have trouble here. It starts with P and it rhymes with fool and OOOL. So in Fresno, things that may be big or collectible or desired in other areas are not necessarily desired in Fresno. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the great things about our show. We had such a variety that virtually anybody looking for something could find it here. An individual dealer may or may not do well based on his or her merchandise, but you see what other people are carrying. That's what a good merchant would do. See what other people are carrying, what other people are buying.
Steal their ideas.
And you steal their ideas. Milton Berle once said, he always knew a good joke when he stole one. So the same thing. You observe what's going on, and the next show, you tailor your product for that crowd. So next show, we're probably going to do a feature on drug abuse. So we're going to try to abuse as many drugs as possible at our next show.
I think you've been abusing drugs already. Now, Milton Berle, bringing up, I don't know if there's anyone alive except you that remembers Milton Berle. That's very exciting. Uncle Milty.
Sure. Uncle Milty. I'm sure that really got a large audience for me. So if you want me to tell you about like Carl Malden or anybody, let me know. And
you're still in the old. For you kids that don't know, Milton Berle was, when television and you had the antennas, it was black and white. And all that. I don't remember that either. But
Mr. Tuesday Night was Milton.
It's exciting, no. But it does tie in because there's a lot of memorabilia here. So tell us a little bit. If you came to the Fresno show, what are some of the things you would see here except a porn star?
Well, once your eyes readjusted, after looking at Kendall, once your eyes readjusted, then you would have seen anything here from Barbie dolls and salt and pepper shaker sets to what you would probably expect at a collectible show of this nature, like comics, action figures, NASCAR, etc. But you would have seen some really great vinyl here, and we had one dealer who had 500 or 600 of the old Ace science fiction pocketbooks, the 25-cent and 50-cent pocketbooks that have some of the absolute greatest artists of all time, like Boris, like Frazetta on the covers, very highly collectible. We also had a wonderful selection of sports memorabilia. For those of you who collect autographs and sports memorabilia, we probably have the best selection on the West Coast right here at this show.
So this is year one, is that correct?
This is year one, right after year zero, and we're going to go on to year two, November the 3rd.
So my phone's ringing. It's very exciting, so you can hear it. It's kind of like a blues thing. I'm not going to pick up right now. Now, for next year, will it be the same time of year, or are you going to go for 2 a year? Right now, it's beautiful August. It's 112 degrees. You thinking maybe October or something later?
Early November. November 3rd is our projected date right now. We have that date reserved here at the University Square Hotel, directly across the street from Fresno State. And we're going to go with November 3rd for a couple reasons. One is that we have access to the facility, which is always a good thing. And then the second one is we want to try to tie it in a little bit with media and Veterans Day, which will be obviously on November 11th.
If you could have one thing in this room, Kendall Carson not included, what would you want? Is there some item here that you have your eye on?
Not at all.
That's really quite an encouraging recommendation for people to come here.
Well, here's why. See, this is how the news gets all screwed up, because they take it out of context. Because she's not here now. She had an important engagement. There was this good-looking blonde right across from me, and I spent the day looking at this good-looking blonde. So now if I can't have Kendall and she's gone, then what the hell? Why am I here?
So you're really here looking to hit on women in Fresno, pretty much.
Yes, that's it. That's it. As a matter of fact, next week in Los Angeles is the annual Glamour Con.
That's right.
Which is a feast for any of us pinup fans and fans of Playboy Playmates. That is a veritable cornucopia of beauty.
Did you say pornocopia?
Well, kind of, but it's more like a cornucopia because they do not allow any actual nudity or touching at the show itself.
What a shame. Now, the Glamour Con, let's get the date and the location and where people can go online to check this out.
As a matter of fact, Kendall Carson, our featured guest today, along with Robert Ryan, Girls and Corpses Magazine, will be there at my area. It will be held August 24th and 25th in Long Beach at the Long Beach Hilton Hotel.
That's like next weekend.
August 24th and 25th. Next weekend, that's correct.
So this means we have to put this up now much sooner. We were hoping not to edit immediately, but now it looks like we're going to have to do that. GlamourCon I've been to before. It's really beautiful women and old girls from Playboy.
That's correct. Some of the oldest girls from Playboy will be there. But you know what? It's like I always liked younger women, and as I've gotten older, a lot more women are younger than me now. So it's a good thing.
You know, there's nothing sexier than a playmate on oxygen, I found, in a wheelchair. Very, very sexy.
You know, that's very true. Actually, I prefer paraplegic or quadriplegics, to tell you the truth, because
you had to go the extra mile, didn't you?
Because even though I'm a runner, you do get tired, and this way it's very hard for them to escape from you.
I just broke this, actually. The cape just came off, so I'm sorry. You break it, you buy it here at Fresno Collectors Con.
Absolutely.
Everybody come back next November. Get your tickets now because it's packed. You can hear the crazy crowds, children screaming.
Right.
And, you know, this is Corpsey EMM Report. Thank you very much, Bruce. You're an amazing guy.
Thank you.
Come up here to Fresno because
I tell myself that all the time.
It really is a booming city.